Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, second match, final week, season 25. Last round was a win. That was a Jar Jar auto-deploy match. My opponent did do one attack, cleared a team to get the banners, but there's nothing to really review here. I'll just pull it up. I think a full clear technically was possible, but we couldn't get through all of his Galactic Legends, which is what prevented the full clear. I only have 2 Galactic Legends, so we had to stretch all of my counters, and I think if I would have played it in a different order and used JML up against Ray, things could have worked out differently. I'm not sure why. In which order way I would have done it, but I think we could have found a way through. Today my opponent is KGD Fury. This is what his roster looks like at the top end. He's a 4 GL player. Let me just show a quick glance at his speeds before we go to the hotbot. Here are his fastest characters. When we take a look over at what the Discord bot, this is in the wrong location. What do we got going on here? Here, oh, that's why this was messed up. Alright, so this is what we've got going on. Guilds, basically the same. Lifetime banners is good. So this is a serious player, knows what he's doing. Respectable amount of undersizes. That means he'll probably use them. Lower on the clears though, some of that is depth, some of that is possibly desire. What I was seeing in his Grand Arena history was sometimes he'd only do enough battles to win, and that might be part of the reason why that clears number is, it's a good number, but it's not super high. Zetas are very low, especially considering he has 4 Galactic Legends. Relics are in that average zone. Omicrons, I think they're all or mostly Grand Arena related. I think they're all related, and he has good ones. He's got the Iden, Zam, Wampa, and what's the other one I like? Qui-Gon. In terms of his speeds, though, he's good, not terrifying. Relic distribution is pretty even. He's got a few slow GLs though. Mine I got much faster. I worked on tweaking my mods. One thing I realized is I have a really fast R2-D2 for some reason, and I don't use him. So there was something where I could take some mods from. Not for Kenobi, but in general. I've been tweaking my mods lately. Overall mods, here again, he's got some slow characters. And especially this Anakin is something to keep in mind for the Qui-Gon battle. No Maul, no Bad Batch. And then he does have the Executor. So let's jump into this battle. I'm going to just almost feel like we're forgetting a step because I'm going so quickly through this. Last time I looked a couple hours at the start of Grand Arena, so like a couple hours ago, my opponent had not started. But I looked through his defense. Yeah, that's still the case. As I think through my strategy, there's a couple things here. So, easy Grievous team, that's Bad Batch, Night Sisters, or Wampa now, but it's not really Wampa worthy, so I don't know if I'll do it. We have Iden Verso. I think this is the first time I will be facing Verso on defense. No Range Trooper, which I do think makes it worse, because all those assists from the ability plus the extra assists on the unique help really drive up the damage for the squad from the Omicron. Iden Verso, we're going to need to be careful, or Mon Mothma here, we need to be careful with. Bam is a pretty weak comp. We're doing this in the wrong order. My defense is the same as always. I don't know if we're going to take the time to click on things. Qui-Gon, respectable, but again, the speeds were a little slower. The Padme team is weak, but I think we're probably taking my Palpatine counter. The only reason I'm questioning it is Palpatine is really good up against Iden Verso. I don't think I've gone up against them on defense before, maybe once. So I need to just make sure I don't use up a counter. They can trip players up. I think I can use Traya though. We got Nute here. This probably is going to be troopers. It's just against these high relics. I want to be careful. And with Nest, we can't bring in Stark. And then SLKR. This guy does use a lot of GLs for offense, so I think that's going to be the only one we see. So I don't think we need to be careful. I'll probably use Jedi Master Kenobi there just in case, which will leave Jedi Master Luke for the back wall. I guess we'll just do a quick glance before we get started up against like my front wall, just so you can see the basic breakdown. The ship, I think I'll make a video on this, but the ship fleet change for Grand Arena, I am for it. It's something that I do think is early. I was surprised by the timing. I don't think there's enough ships, but I'd rather to have the change too early than too late. And there's been a number of things within the game where CG took too long for it. Adding more defensive teams on Grand Arena a year ago took too long. Territory war changes took too long. So yeah, this is going to stretch out some opponents, but this is how you find inefficiencies to exploit. Players who are working towards that fleet depth early are going to have an advantage, and this is something that you should look to go after while other players are ignoring to give yourself that advantage for however long you can. Like, I've got a bunch of Gear 11 pilots. I don't have all the the new ships. I don't have all of the stars, but it's something where I think no, let's do Talia. I want that Dispel in case we get the healing immunity on Daga. I think I might prioritize getting those stars on those ships. If I'm really low on crystals right now from everything going on within the game, but it's something where it might be worth it to get that 5th star on the MG100 and the TIE Echelon. Alright, first off, clear the Foresight from Anakin. He's going to AoE in a second. I don't want the Foresight there to do all the damage. We just want to control this Foresight as much as possible. I'm also going to work on getting as much of the protection gone before we take out Qui-Gon. And I want a bunch of Plague too. This has been a pretty reliable counter. The only thing that gets a little scary is when Yoda is around. Yoda makes it a bit harder. I just need them to clear out a couple characters. I want stuns and the Foresight cleared. Everyone's got Plague, so we'll be doing damage to everybody. And you can see how much health we lost from that attack, so we need to drive up that health a lot. It's something I'm not going to take a lot of chances with. Just because of how dangerous this Omicron is. As long though as we take our time to drive up the health and do enough revives, like here, then we'll be fine. And not getting the full revive is great. And this is why we have Talia. Sorry about the dogs. Okay. I think we're pretty close to the point where I'll be comfortable taking out Qui-Gon. I'm just going to pay attention to an AoE, see how much damage we get onto Daka. Alright, I am going to take Qui-Gon out now. Because we had stun over on Anakin. Remove the Foresight. I was not paying attention to the clock here. Let me... The dogs were distracting me. So I gotta finish this up, like, right now. There we go. I need a coffee. I'm just gonna Palpatine this. You know what would actually be smarter and safer? Because there's no Anakin, there's no Ahsoka. This is a pretty safe Traya. If we did Traya and Thrawn, let's just do that. That opens up options for me. Although there is Windu. Does Windu mess things up for me? Kind of. Let's just do it. Windu makes this harder. I'm probably going to lose some guys. But saving... I want the challenge of it, and I want to save the Palpatine for stronger teams. But I might be underestimating what Mace Windu's rework is going to do to this. Alright. I am going to first... Yeah, let's swap with... I want debuffs down. Did not factor that into my plans. Let's hopefully get No. I should have just fractured to start. I don't want to put I want isolate onto Padme, which is why I'm being stubborn about this. And that is really messing me up. I keep getting the ability block over on Thrawn. This... Okay. I'm just getting out of here. This is a waste at this point. Part of that is being stubborn and not wanting to do things in the order that I wanted. And this is actually going to be pretty difficult for me now. Because... You know, let's just do gas in the 5 first. I was going to do Palpatine, but I kind of need Thrawn for that. The fracture onto GK is important, and I should have just done that instead of swapping. I think we would have been fine then. Just putting all of our attention on Kenobi. We got plenty of turn meter. Next turn we'll be able to do the Rexolate, the aerial advantage. Perfect. Just take out Padme. My stubbornness gets the best of me pretty often. This should be a pretty safe win though. So we are not doing Stark, which means, who do I, when I don't use Stark, who have I been using? Because everyone else is going to Iden Verso. I guess we'll do Snowtrooper. I'm not in love with it. Or actually, we're not using Stormtrooper. That's what we'll do. You can't use Stark because with his unique, he's pulling turn meter away every turn. And if his Jango and his nest are modded properly, that results in a timeout. Or at least it becomes very difficult. I think I'm going to do this. It becomes very difficult to beat. What I'm going to do is get Days out, and then I'm going to stall until Jango goes. You know what? We'll throw an Armor Shred on Nest. Alright. There's our Days. And now we stall. I think that's the first turn. I think he's got one more. Yeah. Same deal. With Stark, the turn meter would keep getting pulled back, and it would they might not even go. I think I'll start spreading the armor shreds though. Oh, that's gonna take... Probably shouldn't have done that. Alright, we're gonna target Jango. Come on. There it goes. You know what? Let's throw fear down. Here we go. Eats up a lot of time, but it's a nice safe counter. It's still possible with lower gear on Piet. Piet's not a character who needs the Relic 8, but it's nice. I need to create a preset for this squad. I need to get my cat way faster. Still no ultimate, and I am at Relic 5 on JMK. Sure. It's more than enough for this match. Come on. I think one thing about the changes for fleet battles is it is something that is really nice for Ray and SLKR owners, because in general those GLs aren't the best. But it does give them, they're more likely to have a strong fleet. Like, I'm not going to have a strong Finalizer Radis fleet anytime soon. And for them to get a benefit in that area when in the rest of the squad matchups they're a little weaker from a GL standpoint, it equalizes things a little bit. It makes going after those a little bit more beneficial. But I'm still hoping to get plenty of use out of Gear 11. It's one of those places where just some key relics will help. Alright, what do we have? Akbar, Phasma. Oh wait, I don't have Nest. These are just free points for the most part. And I don't have Traya anymore for Verso. Like, I plan out these things in advance and then I don't follow my plan because I decide a particular match is going to be too easy one way. I need to be more comfortable doing the easy thing. But I think when I'm outmatching my opponent with a team, I think you can just pick up on the boredom that I feel. I like things to be close. But we'll do a bunch of maybe not solos, but at least a bunch of undersizes. Alright, key thing here is Cara Dune. Stun her right away. Increase some of these cooldowns. Just stay if Cara Dune isn't stunned, just stay focused on her. Pull the turn meters back. Magma Troop was real nice. Death Trooper, come on. Perfect, we're gonna just death mark her out. Don't have to worry about her anymore. Kyle's gonna go down real quick. If anyone decides to assist, at least. What? How did that happen? That's never happened before. I kind of needed him. He makes things way easier. Are you not Relic 3? Did you put additional relics on these pilots? The one thing to keep in mind is Kyle Katarn does stack the offense every time that they are assisting or attacking out of turn. So they do get more dangerous as well. But it is still early in the battle. I wouldn't think we were at a stage where that was a concern. Come on, guys. What is going on? Alright, I'm going to take out Kyle Katarn. I thought I could take out Wedge quick, which didn't occur. At least I can take out Kyle quick. He's assisting too much in stacking damage. And that force influence is going to start doing things. I can't believe this happened. I'm gonna time out now. And we'll probably get it down to just bigs, but there's another revive about to happen. We're not really doing enough damage. I'm gonna auto. I should have autoed sooner. I'm gonna rewatch that one. That has never happened. That's as safe as that's as safe an encounter that you can use. I've done that tens of times now. I'm just gonna bad batch this. I think I'm glad we got out Wedge. I think that still would have been a timeout if I autoed sooner, because there's another revive. Somebody would have come back. Death Trooper is just really important to that counter. Of all the characters to take out, that was the one I couldn't really afford to lose. We just gotta be a little careful here. We gotta time the Metalloid monstrosities and we'll be fine. This is a weaker one. I've taken out far stronger Grievous teams than this. I want a faster Omega. Alright, that's a really bad timing. This is what I'm terrified of. Alright, so I'm gonna heal up Hunter. Hunter will be able to swap with Omega. Heal. Get a little protection up. Alright, here we go. Can we get a... Fine. Stun. What? I thought that was already over. What is going on? Just die. Alright. Okay. Alright. Where was I with all this? Gas would have been nice here. Here's the compounding effects of when you just don't do things the way that you planned. And we're gonna be fine and everything, but we could have been better than fine. Although, how am I finishing off my Mothma? It doesn't matter. There's only bigs. All right. Oh, I had days. Oh, that was really dumb. I didn't realize I had days. This is why Thrawn would be so nice right now. Don't. If you die. Oh my god. Alright, this is what I like to do here. I like to AoE because a bunch of debuffs go and then I get to go again. And now I can hit some staggers. So who's okay? Magma Trooper's easy. Make sure I have shock everywhere. Why is my Darth Vader getting no... Okay, finally some speed. Or turn meter, rather. Who else is weak? Yeah, let's take out. Give me some good stuns. Now we'll let Snow that he's under stun. I didn't like those counters. There's a mistake at the start where I should have just gone into Merciless Massacre, but I didn't notice that Daze probably could have got out of here with not full banners, but more banners with not losing Royal Guard. I'm gonna use WAMPA here, because I need to use WAMPA somewhere. And the only other place worthy of him would be Phasma, and that one we know is easy. Quill and IG-11 get a little annoying. Are you really gonna stun me this many times? If you guys beat WAMPA, oh my god. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, don't you do it! He's gonna revive here, but we can't do anything about that. Maybe we can take out Lando. Get protection up before this hit. That was a little scary. It's definitely to a point where if they had more gear, or I had less relic levels, I wouldn't have done this. Interesting. But this is also why I annoy a good amount of you. It's just like I could play for one shots. This roster would have smashed this guy. Alright, focus in on Vandor. This is a weak Vandor. Brought in too much. Plan is Jango to take out Mon Mothma or clean up Mon Mothma. Okay, Maul, CLS. This opponent isn't great at the Executor, or keeps it on defense, which he's not great at countering the Executor. However, he chooses to go about it. But with those changes, I'm not great at countering the Executor anymore either. Let's prevent Captain Han from reviving anyone. Do I need more than Jango? I don't think so. I can make up some banners like this. I basically just need to get a debuff on and there I can blow them up. Okay, so it looks like I'm not going to be able to stick a debuff. I'm going to keep trying. The dumb things I do. Let's do it. Let's do that. Oh, you know what? I should have attacked what's his face. Had I brought in one other bounty hunter, that we would have been fine. But I insist on doing dumb things like that. I really thought Relic 7 would have been enough. Really, I just can't believe my Iden Verso lost to that team. We're gonna do the Malevolence counter, but it's just... because we don't have a choice about it, but I stopped using it to climb in Fleet Arena. It has not been working for me. Part of that might be I don't have relics on my geos, but the changes that we got in the one of the recent whatevers is made it no longer, I don't know, wins maybe 50%, 60%. I don't even think it's half, maybe 40% of the time. It fails for me more often than it succeeds. And what's really bad is when you don't take out a ship, because then it's really tough to clean up. Okay. Here's the big moment. Yes, got the evasion up. That went pretty well. That's a good reinforcement to get. There's some turn meter, AoE. Fine, whatever. I don't think that is that one actually there? Yeah, I don't think that one's actually there. Don't die, please. No! Now we're in that position where I don't know if we can clean it up. It is a weak Thrawn team, though. Can I be cheap here? Because that was TIE Fighter, TIE Reaper, and the Bomber. If I can use my Empire up against it, that'll allow me to use my Rebels in a better location. Oh, I have the TIE in whatever now. I don't know about this. That's what I'm gonna do, but I don't know about it. Okay, so Empire Inquisitorius or Sith, Dispel, apply target lock. So let's click on somebody else. Bring him in. Oh, so it's AoE. Physical damage to all enemies, ruthless. Sure, let's do that. Fine. This thing generates turn meter, so I'm going to get rid of it first. Same thing with a TIE Fighter pilot. Oh, I had days. I should have done that. Let's bring out the gauntlet. Could have done the shuttle, but I want this. Alright, that should be it. Now, that would have been kind of nice for the Executor, but it's significantly worse without the TIE Fighter pilot. My concern here is I don't know where the turn meter's at, and this can get really messy depending on how this starts. And I don't know where the cooldowns are. Like, to the degree where I think maybe it's worth putting in a different fleet. You know what? I'm gonna do it. The finalizer can do well. But it's all gonna come down to the RNG of where the abilities are at. Let's see if we get lucky. If I take out one ship, we'll be fine. We would have been fine up against like a 6-star Executor. At least I've gotten pretty good at countering the 7-star executors with my 6-star one. It's not awful. I'm gonna work on Bosk. Let's do... We're gonna go down too fast. Alright, let's... do turn meter. I'm gonna see if we can get lucky with Cad Bane. Alright, at least Cad Bane is gone. Probably gonna taunt. Yeah, it's time to taunt. I should have saved that AoE. Can we stun? Let me stun. Perfect. I targeted Houndstooth because he's got chaff over there, so we were not going to be able to put target lock down. It's too bad. We're going to be hit by a seismic charge in a second, and it's going to wipe us out. I guess we got a little more time. Alright. So seismic charge will be on cooldown. Other stuff, we're gonna have Slave 1 out there. Now we bring out Akbar. Or, because here's the problem: the Radis is not useful as a cleanup ship. I just don't think we're gonna make all that much progress with it. Let's just do Akbar. I do have enough ships wherever we do have to resort to Radis and it does take out the capital ship, we might be able to clean up. It's unlikely. Well, it might not even happen. Let's cross that bridge when we get there. This is what I hate about turn meter. Oh my god. I was really hoping we'd get shield disruptor there. Without shield disruptor, I'm not gonna do it. Come on. No. All right, we are going to bring out Wedge. Got buff immunity. Let's see if we do a nice big hit. I was hoping we'd get luckier with the RNG where we'd take out Houndstooth 2. Losing the Falcon before we even took a turn was unfortunate. This ship really needs to be 5 stars. All these ships need to be 5 stars. Alright. We got a bunch of random junk where we can throw it with Tarkin or with Mace, but nothing I really want to resort to. We might survive long enough though where we do take out the Executor. I don't know how to use the MG100 yet though. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. It doesn't even matter at this point. And why are we starting with the IG? I guess. Fine. Yeah, let's heal up. Doesn't matter. We're not going to get the ultimate off. I hate cleaning up this thing if you don't. It's over. We'll throw in the last fleet, see if really Tarkin's our best shot. It's another thing where we need to get to the ultimate, but we don't have what we need to get to the ultimate. IG-2000 being on the front lines is just... I thought we'd get the scimitar because the scimitar was called out as a reinforcement before IG-2000 did in that previous battle. We have a fully healed Houndstooth. Like, what am I supposed to do up against that? All right. I was pretty sure we were going to get a full clear, at which point I would have felt confident in a win. And now we'll see what happens. I hate when this happens. This is why I've been saying for a while now, I don't want to have the Executor on defense, but I kept doing it anyway, and this happened to me once before and resulted in a loss. Now it's definitely going to happen after we get the title update and we have to put down 3 defenses, but not happy about it. We're going to call it there. I think I'll make a video on the fleet defense changes. It's a highly debated topic. I think I should put my thoughts on. So thank you for watching. Be safe out there, everyone. Be excellent to each other. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.